Hey, what's up everyone? It's Lucy here, joined by Cam.
Hey, Luce.
So today we're just going to have a quick chat, hopefully quick, because it was a very quick teaser.
It seems like a lot to talk about,
But there
though.
seems like a hell of a lot to talk about.
For a 50-second clip, it seems like a lot to talk about.
Of course, Batman vs Superman, we just got the latest teaser. Right ahead of the trailer, which is presumably going to be full length, that it's going to drop on Wednesday during Jimmy Kimmel.
I can't imagine how much is going to come out of that. Because the Comic-Con trailer was just so full of content.
It's crazy, it's crazy. So this teaser that we saw today, now it was only one scene, but it was one scene that was, it was a really heavy scene.
And it was following on from one of the most intriguing scenes from that previous trailer.
That's right, where we see Batman, Bruce Wayne, wearing his costume, but with a he's got a jacket over it, which is sort of odd, in this strange desert area.
Yeah, it looks well either that or a very war-torn, like bunkers and barbed wire.
Yeah,
and
it could either be a very war-torn area, or it could be some sort of post-apocalyptic dreamscape, you might say.
nice work.
I'm not gonna go there just yet. But just talking through what else we saw. So we we see Superman walking through this underground tunnel, surrounded by this militia group.
Superman drops down into the tunnel like a badass, sending plumes of dust everywhere, and then walks forward, militia kneeling down on either side of him.
Yeah.
I've never seen him look so pissed in my entire life.
No, he's never been angrier. I honestly don't think he's ever been angrier. Well, in the comics maybe, but certainly not on film.
Or evil, like he just looks really, really ticked.
Yeah, really evil dude.
Really driven.
But so we're also getting another look at this sort of strange militia faction, pro-Superman faction that we saw in the second trailer, where they've got the Superman patch on their shoulders. Who they are and what their relationship is to Superman is still kind of vague, but we'll dig a little deeper into that a bit later. And then obviously Superman approaches a strung up, captured Batman and takes off his mask. And what's really interesting here is just the sort of, the viciousness of Superman's face, and then the terror that you see in Bruce Wayne's eyes. I've never seen Batman look so afraid.
Yeah, he really does look like something bad is going to happen now.
Yeah.
Because he's feeling probably more defenseless than he's ever felt in his entire life.
Yeah.
Because we know some cool stuff about the film, like he has like a body armor infused with kryptonite and that kind of stuff. So where this sits in the timeline, there are points at which Batman can feel prepared, but he's not ready for Superman right now because he's strung up like a hog, basically.
Especially with Superman with that mean-ass facial expression. So there are a couple of, there are many sort of theories that we can sort of glean from this. The most obvious one, and of course this is a big spoiler alert for anyone who wants to leave Batman vs Superman a total mystery. The most obvious one is that this is a dream sequence.
The most obvious / disappointing because, and he woke up and it was all a dream. You can get away with it sometimes, but in a trailer, it's an interesting sequence to put in a trailer if it is a dream sequence. But in my opinion, this is the most feasible theory. There are a lot of signs that point to that being an explanation.
In particular, with this whole idea, this area does strike me as being quite post-apocalyptic and really sort of odd and slightly. And it's just so unlike any of the other environments we've seen in the trailers thus far. And of course, just the fact that this seems really out of character for Superman. Completely out of character. He's never, he's aligned himself with this militia group who, in the second trailer, we saw them using guns. They're a violent group, and that goes against everything that Superman stands for. And it just seems really, really at odds to me that this is the kind of thing that he would do. And of course, the same goes for Batman. Batman he doesn't get scared. He does not get scared. And again, just the terror on those raccoon eyes, Ben Affleck's raccoon eyes, which magically disappear once the cowl is removed as well.
And then there was, in the second trailer, the sequence of Batman fighting the militia, and he just twists one of their heads in a really pretty savage, kind of kill kind of move way.
Yeah.
And that is not something that Batman does.
Again, very out of character.
I like it that Batman dreams in the third person. He has nightmares in third person.
It's true.
He's like, yeah, like he's disembodied.
Like he's the observer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, there was also. I hate going into toys too much because toy series take so much liberty all over the show. But there was an action figure revealed at New York Comic Con earlier on in the year, where the jacketed Batman was labeled the Nightmare Batman. Night spelt like with the K, which also suggests that perhaps this is a dream sequence.
That seems a bit too big a mistake. Maybe they're trying to direct us in this way. But I mean, that's the kind of simple way to explain away what we're seeing. And the alternate is, with the limited information we have, a lot more difficult to try and ascertain.
Yeah. And of course, I mean, some of the more jerky amongst us on the internet also have pointed out that Superman could actually just look through Batman's cowl using his X-ray vision.
Yeah, but he's clearly, I mean, when he's in that kind of mood, he's prone to dramatic gestures. And I like it. It's a theatricality that... Yeah, no, that's the thing. He plays it too low normally. Yeah. It's just nice and theatrical. I like it.
That's true. And even if this is a dream sequence, there are other theories that we could attach to that. I mean, Lex Luthor could be involved in this in some way. We already saw in that second trailer that Superman does somehow get manipulated. He's not happy about it, but he is manipulated by Lex Luthor at some point. And this could be related to that. We're not entirely sure. So that's the dream sequence idea. And my personal theory is that's what this is. It's so dramatic. It's so over the top, and it's just so out of character for both of these heroes. That it just doesn't ring true to me.
Okay.
And it is like I quite like it as a dream sequence as well. I do. But let's talk about the alternate theories.
Sure.
So first of all, let's just have a little chat about these militia that Superman
and what we do and don't know about them
is affiliated with, because in the second trailer it was really unclear what his relationship was with them. I mean, we saw him walking through the corridor in the second trailer. But there could have been, he could have just been ignoring them and going to maybe save Batman or something near the end of the film.
The main idea is that, they're being funded by Luthor, right?
Yeah, well...
And so it's an attempt to discredit Superman by making him look more megalomaniacal than he is. That he has an army and all that kind of stuff.
That's definitely a theory. But yeah, here he seems completely accepting of them.
I think we can interpret this in a bunch of different ways, though.
Yeah.
Maybe they have somehow lured Batman to their compound, captured Batman, and Luthor / the militia have told Superman where he is, and he's there for Batman, and, his beef with the militia is not as important as his beef with Batman is. So that's one possible interpretation. The other could be that, he is being manipulated by Luthor. He's turned evil. There's a few different ways that you could read it. I think him not responding to them, you can't read too much into that.
Yeah. And what's really interesting as well is that on the one side you've got Superman's militia. Let's just call them that for now because we don't actually know what their name officially is. But then we can also see next to Bruce Wayne. We can see someone else being
a couple
of other people who have been strung up.
Yep.
And one theory around that is that this could be the sons of Batman, which of course we sort of thought might have appeared in the second trailer as well, and basically sort of setting up this idea that they both have these two kinds of armies essentially.
And also another parallel to the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns.
Exactly. So it's just gone all out war in this instance. I still don't really know if I just still can't see Superman unless he's being manipulated. I really can't see him aligning himself with these people. I just can't see it.
Yep.
So I'm, if this isn't a dream sequence, then I'm definitely of the opinion that Luthor is manipulating Superman in some way.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, the other really big question I think that's sort of hanging over my head after seeing this, and we were just talking about it earlier, is what has Batman done to Superman? I mean, we know from the second trailer that Batman is really, really pissed at Superman.
Yeah, we know that he's coming out of retirement.
Yeah.
Because Superman has
wronged him.
Well, I mean, destroyed, the building, but also people have died.
Yeah.
This has really, really made him furious.
That's right, and we know that Superman doesn't trust Batman. That he thinks he's this vigilante, and he doesn't understand what he's about. But at the same time, this look on Henry Cavill's face suggests something more than just, I distrust this vigilante.
Right.
This is like, I really want to hurt this guy.
Yeah.
So that leaves me with the question, what has he done?
My theory is that Superman watched the last trailer and saw all the moody looks that Batman, stole that trailer with, and he was like, right, I'm gonna take a crack at this myself. And that's his attempt at it. I think it's a very meta commentary from Snyder.
I think that's a really
sorry, but seriously though,
wonderfully
far-fetched. What has Batman done to make Superman that mad?
Yeah, I mean, we know exactly. We know that they fight. We know that Batman's got a vendetta, but this is other level for Superman.
Yeah, and that feels like that confrontation should be at the film's climactic moment, or at least when the tensions boil over between those two guys and they're fighting.
Yeah. Again, this is why I just think it's a big old dream sequence.
Yeah, big old dream sequence.
Now listen, that was just a little taste of obviously what is going to be a much larger look at Batman vs Superman coming this Wednesday, premiering during Jimmy Kimmel.
Yep.
We will have a full breakdown when that lands on the Wednesday, as well as a rewind theatre. For everything else, Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, stick with IGN.
Bye.
Bye.